What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another custom Scion Races cast. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the map, it's going to be our blue Terran player GGman. And going up against his opponent, spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, you might recognize him. It's our orange Genetron player Sigmar.
It's a me, GGSigmar.
And yes, he is here for another co-cast, GGSigmar. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty fine. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy that I found another GG guy on my journey, in my journey.
Yeah, there can
It's
only
funny
be
because-
one.
Yeah, it's like I found the twin brother because he's like another guy, another pineapple on pizza type of guy. He's like lives pretty close to me, I believe, because I believe he's from Czech Republic. He's got another GG in his nickname, so like I think like I found my evil twin,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, GGman is kind of like your evil twin, and GGman, you kind of have like an evil twin sounding name. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we're watching a villain right now.
Yeah. His opponents always GGs because he always wins. Okay. Well, now that I think about it, maybe I'm the evil one. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, but I guess that's the thing with the evil characters. They always think they're the good guys.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm actually casting one of my own games, which feels pretty weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to hear your thought process going in right now. It looks like you're going in for the scout. You see GGman expanding right now. What's your plan at this point in the game? Now that you see what GGman's doing.
I'm gonna be pretty honest with you. I pretty spontaneously entered the game with GGman, and I was like, let's do whatever. Let's test some new stuff. There's a guy named Stormin. Hi Stormin. I know that you're gonna be watching this. That he's like, Genetron Air is not being used as much, and I'm like, let's go Air. Let's try it. GGman used to be a Masters player. Now I believe he's a Plat, and I don't know how it happened because once you're Masters, I believe you should be good enough to always be Masters. But I digress. So my plan for this game was like do some random stuff, maybe try to utilize Genetron Air, and I believe this is what I'm going for in this game. Not the best of my games. I believe my marker was pretty sloppy, but I believe the result of my air testing was pretty cool, so I decided to share this replay.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this game goes. It looks like GGman's already throwing down a third base. I can see it on the minimap right here. So he's going for what looks to me like a macro playstyle.
Yeah, that's a lot of command centers at the 3rd-minute mark, I should say.
Yeah, that's a really fast expansion.
Yeah, I'm going for a kind of an old school opening, like expansion to three manufacturers, because I kind of consider Genetron to be an offshoot of Terran. So when I started playing Genetron, I kind of started using quasi-Terran builds, like go for a racks, then expansion, then 2 more racks, and it still is it's still the macro style that I use. maybe I recommend it. I don't know if it's the most optimal thing, but I believe it is safe and pretty optimal economically opening. I can still put some pressure with Spitfires if I want to, so this is what I do. And yeah, one thing I should say that recently in the patch for Genetron, the requirement for an assembly array, the air production structure was changed from fabricator to relay tower, so that Genetron can go for air much earlier. And this is what I do in this game. So I constructed my relay tower, which is pretty cheap. And now I'm going for assembly array, which got more expensive, but I still believe it's just faster to go for air now as Genetron.
Okay, that's good to know, actually. I didn't realize that there was a tech switch for what's required to get this assembly array out. And yeah, you're right. This is really fast. We're at the 4-minute 30 mark, and this thing's just about to finish up.
Yeah. So one thing I also want to mention is that I decided to go for more manufacturers early just to have something to put into my transport, because the plan for this game was to go for the courier. It is a very underused unit. It's a transportation unit. And, usually transportation unit has to have like some upside to it to be used. Like we very rarely see the Overlord drops. But we do see medevac drops because of the healing, mostly with the bio. We do see warp prisms being used for the micro potential and proxy like warp-ins. So for the courier, it's pretty good. It has like an optical disruption ability, which reduces the range of targeted units in the area. But another thing it has going for it is that the transporter is pretty fast and can be cloaked. And this is basically what's gonna happen in this game. We can see the courier going out with the 5 Spitfires now. Another thing going for the courier is that it has the cargo size of 10 instead of the standard 8.
Oh,
And
very
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the plan basically right now.
and I don't think I've ever actually seen a drop from Genetron since I've started casting the custom Scion Races game. And here we go, we have the cloaked drop. Man, that is so sick.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, here we go. I feel like
Yeah, and the Spitfires are very proficient at killing smaller units, like in general unarmored units like Marines and SCVs. Transport still being cloaked, so these Marines cannot even do anything. And GGman doesn't even know what hit him, you know?
yeah, he's like, what's going on? And now he's figured it out. But this is I feel like this is some untapped potential for the Genetron. I mean, a cloaked drop, that is absolutely insane. I'm surprised we don't see that all the time.
Yeah, you know, I think there's very little that is needed for the carrier for it to actually become meta. For example, there used to be an ability on the processor called Analyze Weakness, which basically increased the damage on units targeted with the Analyze Weakness. And I think if maybe the carrier could get another spell like the Analyze Weakness, maybe the drops will be just very common in general, because perhaps the courier will be like an element of the Genetron ground composition, you know? Like a support unit just analyzing weakness on different units.
Right, right. Man, that's a good point.
Yeah, 22 workers killed, so that's some solid damage, I gotta say.
Yeah, 23 workers now at 7 minutes in the game. GGman's doing a good job at expanding, but this drop is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna start doing this like all the time when I play Genetron.
Yeah, I highly encourage you, and I hope more people will play with Genetron Air, and especially with the carrier. This is just a small like showcase of what it can do when it goes pretty well, because let's agree that maybe I was pretty lucky here because I didn't really encounter much resistance, but I believe there's a lot of potential in the carrier. Maybe if it will get buffed like a little bit more, I believe the carrier can be a mainstay for the Genetron army.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, you didn't get a lot of resistance, but at the same time, this was a single courier drop, and you did so much damage. 27 workers total killed this game, and just now getting cleaned up, I was gonna say, but you're going in for another drop. Oh no, we do have some resistance here by GGman, but at the same time, you're all over the map right now, man.
Oh yeah, splitting fast units like Spitfires is usually what I do. And because my macro is not so solid these days, I think this is what puts me ahead oftentimes. There was a Jupiter somewhere, and I am not sure where it was.
Here it is, here it is.
Dropping, and it's dropping onto Marines now, so... The Napalm Strike is so good, the Revenant Bob is a really powerful ability, not only for the damage, but also for the CC, because the units panic when hit with the bomb. I think it's called Shell Shocked, and they cannot attack, which is a very powerful effect.
Man, that is a really cool effect. I have to start using those more often. And GGman throwing some banners saying this invisible bullshit. Aw, man. And you forced GGman to throw out the GG. Great game, GGSigmar. That was a fun one.
Yeah, it was the first time in a very long time I used the courier. And I think in this very case it was really worth it, you know?
Oh yeah, I think I really hope you encourage people to use the courier, because that cloaked ability is, I don't want to say it's OP. I'm not good enough to say that, but it's very, very strong, and you can't see it on the mini map. That's what gets me.
Oh yeah, you know, I would just really say that not a lot of players are playing Scion. We've got some really high level players like Jin Hunold or KOPDSD, which might set the meta, but for a lot of other players, it's like Wild West. You can do whatever, just whatever you imagine, just go out and try, do weird, crazy stuff. Use carriers, use Jupiters, just have fun. This is a great game, this is a great mod. I would just say experiment and set the new meta.
Totally agree. I think there's a lot of potential to experiment with the meta. I mean, this is basically the StarCraft 3 we never got, and I'm really stoked to see how much attention it's getting. I've been having a lot of fun casting it, and I'm glad to have you on as well, as usual. And if you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. If you guys want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.